before the break, we asked you this. Which is not a product or service that you can buy with reward points? Is it bungee jumping, nanny services, DJ training, or doggy poop bag dispensers? Believe it or not, the answer is B. You can get everything else but nanny services.
Wow.
Who knew?
So I need to find like a credit card to get some of those doggy poop bag dispensers because that's practical.
Well, yeah.
I'm just saying.
Bungee jumping, really? I
Dean
can't
would like
believe.
that. I don't know. Well, here to help us sort through all this, Brad Huffman, a certified financial planner with Future Finances. Always great to see you.
Pleasure to be here.
So how about that? I had no idea.
You can
get some
do
crazy
almost
stuff.
anything. It's amazing what's out there, although 90% of it probably is totally worthless. But hey, you know, it sounds great. It sounds great.
I mean, in the end, maybe the banks, the credit card companies,
Yes.
it's not really going to cost them anything to offer a lot of these
Actually,
services.
the reason these programs exist is one simple reason: to use your card. And they know in many cases people don't know how to redeem the rewards, or they're spending more than they need to get the rewards. So guess who wins?
Yeah.
Not the consumer.
Right.
It's the bank.
But there are some upsides to this, too.
There are,
And
yes.
I know many people who have traveled endlessly on reward points, and it really, for those who know how to work the
Without
system.
a doubt.
Yeah, as long as you
Without a
stay
doubt.
on it, right?
Yep. It's like anything else. If you do your homework, you play it right. It's like playing poker. If you know how to play the game, you can win. Hopefully more than you lose. You know, it's still a gamble at times because you'll still spend more than you need, but still it can work in your advantage.
Let's look at 3 different types of rewards here, and maybe like the best card for each.
Yes, absolutely.
Let's start with travel.
Okay.
I mean, because that's a big one. You know, if you save up enough points, you can get some pretty good travel deals. What's the best card for that?
Capital One Venture card is actually pretty good. I mean, it's got 2 miles for every dollar that you spend. So if you're very diligent about using it, you can really get some pretty good rewards. And I know, again, people who will travel endlessly. If you use it right, it's got some good rewards.
And those Vikings aren't lying then.
I don't think
telling
they're
the
lying.
truth.
The advertising dollars are working, and it's a very popular card. So, you know, again, people are using it, and
And what
it
about
can work.
blackout dates and all that?
Well, I think you've got to pay attention
You
because,
do,
again, it's like anything else. If you want to travel on the, Wednesday before Thanksgiving, you might have some trouble. I mean, it's like anything else. But again, from a true rewards perspective, it's pretty attractive.
All right. Now, what about cash back? Because I know that's a big one. You hear a lot of these cards offering, 5%.
Right.
The little baby for the longest time, she didn't want cash back.
Yeah, exactly. One of the best cards that I have seen is the Fidelity American Express.
Okay.
It's 2% across the board, which is great. The only hang-up is it goes into a Fidelity account. But you can then turn around and take it back out. But it's still pretty attractive. I've used Fidelity for many, many years.
I didn't even know this was available.
Yeah, again, you got to get approved to get it. It's a little somewhat selective in some cases, but again, it's it's a good way to do it. 2% on anything. It's not if you use it on X day or X store.
Can that go into if you have an existing like a retirement account with
I
Fidelity?
don't know if it can go into a retirement account or not. I think it might have to be an after-tax account, but anybody can set it up. You can do it online. Takes 5 minutes at best, probably.
And it's pretty. Did you see how pretty that was?
That was a very pretty card.
That's important.
Yeah.
All right, the big one.
Shopping.
Yes.
Shopping. Yeah, here, again, we're going back to American Express. Blue Cash Preferred American Express. It is 6% on groceries, 3% on gas, most department stores, and then 1% on everything else. So if you're a pretty avid shopper, you've got stores that you like to go to, you play this card right, you can get some pretty decent rewards out of it.
Interesting. Now, though, American Express, that would be the card you have to pay back.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
So, I mean, a lot of people who may just do less than paying off the whole amount should know that American Express is not one
And
of
that
those.
makes it is it still considered differentiated a charge card versus a credit card?
It's still going to function just like a credit card for the most part. So you're still going to be in good shape.
What about some things to keep in mind just in general when it comes to credit cards?
Like anything else, you have to be disciplined enough to use this because at the end of the day, as we talked about, it's an enticement for you to use the card. So if you're going out and saying, gosh, I'm going to buy a Ferrari because I can get 8 bazillion points, well, guess what? You're going to be doomed because that card bill is going to come eventually. So you have to be disciplined enough. One, I don't really like credit cards in general because they can be very dangerous. You have to be prepared to pay it off on time.
And the fees and rates, I know you mentioned, and then also weigh the reward.
You do, yeah, but no sense getting a travel card if you hate traveling, you're afraid of planes. So be picky about it. Cash back is probably a good default option because at the end of the day, if you want to buy an airline ticket or if you want to buy a doggy poop bag, hey, guess what? The cash back is available to you.
Good to know.
Yeah.
What sage advice.
Isn't it though? There you go. Great, yeah, who knew? Consumer advice and doggy poop bags. Brad?
I didn't think it would come up that way. But
I
yeah,
really appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank you very much and great information.